Good morning, Labour Roots, and good morning to all of the comebacks them watching from the Fuck You page. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the great DUJON'S. Now today, guys, you can see we got the two general them. We got the general and the major on the screen. So I don't know what we are gonna get into today. Now yesterday we had a young lady by the name of Misha. Good morning, Stacy. She was saying that we need to move away from the past and talk about what is happening now. The elder did let her know that if we don't learn from the past, we are doomed to repeat it. But anyway, we are getting into some current affair today. See? So we're gonna run. Good morning, my boss, Sanjay. So we're gonna run our ads basically, and then we'll get into some economics today. See? If you don't hear a noise in the background, I'm washing machine.
Our government is about performance. And I can tell you that if you weigh up this government with any other government, this government in the 4 years and 4.5 years is the highest performing government that there has been. If you want to talk about a new Jamaica, when you go 3 miles, is a new Jamaica you're looking at. Go Constant Spring Road is a new Jamaica you're looking at. Just drive down Hagley Park Road, drive on Macfield, drive in Paradise, the new Jamaica. When you're driving through and you see all of the cranes, I have never seen so much cranes in Jamaica. People are... So the vision of the new Jamaica is well underway, built by this government. So you are dreaming of a new Jamaica, a land of peace and love and prosperity. And I am visioning your dreams, and I am taking those visions and turning them into plans, and plans into policy, and policy into execution, and execution into delivery of the dreams that you, the people of Jamaica, so well deserve and so long want to see.
My children all of God.
Now guys, how can we say different? This Prime Minister, good morning brother Info. This Prime Minister have set out, and he have set an agenda, and he have executed well. This Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness, with his rod and staff, cause yes, he is our Moses. And right beside him is his rod and staff, Dr. Nigel Clark. Good morning, Samara. Everything that this Prime Minister have said, he have achieved it. But still have a struggle with crime and violence. But he will fix it. We are seeing the fix already. See? The Prime Minister have promised us that Jamaica will see a significant reduction in crime and violence, and it is already starting to trend down. Now, if you listen to persons, good morning Annie, affiliated with the People's National Party, you would think that nothing at all is going on in Jamaica, and it is absolute bullshit. The people that support and promote the People's National Party agenda, they need to educate themselves. They need to educate their elders. They need to educate their children. And once that educational process is finished. No one, well, I'm not gonna say no one because you have some people who claim to them bright and them still support the People's National Party. But these persons and these people at the top of the People's National Party have sought not to uplift and upgrade the lives of Jamaican people. See, they have spent the longest tenure in Jamaica House consecutively, and the Jamaican people had nothing to show until now. Now we are going to take you to another clip that is on JIS. You can find this on JIS, guys. So listen up.
Today on Going for Growth, we look at the country's economic performance, especially as it relates to the latest employment figures. Plus, which sectors showed the best results for the April to June 2023 quarter. Stay with us. Jamaica's unemployment rate continues its downward path, indicating a positive sign for the country's economy. Unemployment fell to an all-time low of 4.5% in April this year, 1.5% less than April 2022. The figures were released in the April 2023 Labour Market Survey by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin.
In April 2023, there were 61,300 unemployed persons, and this was 19,700 less compared to April 2022. This was influenced by the fall in the number of unemployed females. The male unemployment rate was 3.4%, while the unemployment rate for females was 5.7%.
The survey also shows that the number of employed people increased by 43,300, pushing the total to over 1.3 million. Celebrating this achievement, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says this puts Jamaica closer to full employment.
This is the best news that our economy can have. It means that our economy continues to expand, but what it really means is that more Jamaicans have income. It means that more Jamaican families can do much better than they were doing before. We are building Jamaica.
Other positive economic indicators include a 32% increase in revenue from exports with a value of $677 million US. This is for the January to April 2023 period. Most of the earnings came from domestic exports, specifically in the mining and quarrying and the agriculture industries. Improved performance in the tourism and mining industries contributed to an estimated 1.5% growth for the economy for the April to June quarter this year. The increase in more people being employed was also a factor. For the mining sector, activities increased by 163% to become the major contributor of the 1% growth for the goods producing industry. Meanwhile, tourist arrivals for the review quarter stood at 705,031 visitors, an increase of 14.2%. Total visitor expenditure increased by 19.7% to over $368.7 million US. Those figures were released by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ.
The outturn for the review quarter largely reflected increased capacity utilization in the mining and quarrying industry, the continuation of the growth momentum in tourism-related industries, increased demand spurred by higher levels of employment, as well as increased business and consumer confidence relative to the corresponding quarter of 2022.
The progress reflects 9 consecutive quarters of economic growth and demonstrates the government's fiscal discipline and strategic approach to creating an environment for infrastructure and social development. The figures also look good for the January to June period, which reflect economic growth of 2.9%.
The services industry grew by 3.5%, while the goods producing industry grew by 1%. The industries which were estimated to have recorded the largest increases during the first half of the year were mining and quarrying, up 137.7%, hotels and restaurants, up 18.5%, other services up 11.4%, and transport, storage, and communication up 6.1%.
According to the PIOJ, further growth is projected for the July to September quarter.
For July to September 2023, growth in output is anticipated to be within the range of 1% to 2%. This projection is based on expected growth in most industries.
Prime Minister Holness says Jamaica's fiscal policies have allowed the economy to bounce back at a quicker pace than usual from a shock such as the COVID-19 pandemic.
It's the first that we have had a shock. Yes, we have had a fallout, but the recovery has been so fast and rapid.
Still, Jamaica and other countries are dealing with a serious increase in inflation coming out of the pandemic. But that too is heading in the right direction. In the meantime, the government is addressing its impact through the public sector compensation review and overhauling of the PATH program to reach more people in need and through initiatives to drive skills training and employment among young people.
Government policy is not merely focused on economic statistics. At the heart of it, at the core of it, it's about how the economy serves people. It serves them through jobs, and it serves them by creating the basis for a social safety net system that protects the most vulnerable in the society.
And so, as the economy continues to grow, it increases the capacity of the government to provide necessary public goods and services such as healthcare, education, and social protection. It also sends a positive indicator to investors that Jamaica is a good place to do business.
And that was the figures for 2023. And we have 2024. See? So me just want to say, everybody just support the People's National Party. You know, eat on the heart out. For 19 years, the people of Jamaica suffer. For 19 years, we're hungry. For 19 years, we can't build no house. For 19 years, we can't buy one new car. How when I say new car, I mean brand new car, not a new used car. For 19 years, we not no light. For 19 years, we not no water. For 19 years, we not no internet. For 19 years, we don't get no road. See? More than we get one leg of one highway, we not get no road. See? Them patch one young lady we come from somewhere in Clarendon say, I believe Mr. Swaby won her constituency, and she say, she don't want Mr. Swaby down there. A Swaby in him. Where the man win you call up this again. Clarendon again. Where Dolly did there? Who know the constituency there? Where Dolly did there? Sibbles. One young lady say she know Mr. Sibbles because from Mr. Sibbles come they no get no road, and when Mr. Dolly did Mr. Dolly patchy road them. See? And I look upon her and I say, yo, the government have a carefully planned, concerted plan for sort out the road them with the Spark program. She said she not care because one time our family did a labor right and our family house burned down and a PNP help her. Our family build back their house. See? And I say, who was in government then? She said PNP. So I say, them to help you. And them didn't have government in time. See? The 19 years, the Jamaican people suffer at the hand. Jamaica businesses suffer at the hands of the People's National Party. And we're moving up, we're moving on, and we're moving forward. The pandemic came and decimated our economy, and we bounced back almost 5% the next year. If we were being governed by the People's National Party, I guarantee you, we would have seen famine. We're picking them ribs with not show. If we ribs there, they're not showing our back. See? Because they have no plan to grow the Jamaican economy. Anyways, we'll move to the next clip. Come on, internet.
Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Now, I'm going to get to those gas prices in a moment and you'll definitely want to hear them. But let's start off with some news from the World Bank. It has maintained its 2024 outlook for economic growth in Jamaica. There was, however, a decline in the prospects for economic growth in Latin America and the Caribbean generally. The World Bank held a press briefing online with journalists around the region Wednesday morning. In its report on growth in Latin America and the Caribbean, chief economist for the region at the World Bank, William Maloney, says the multilateral agency expects gross domestic product GDP to increase over the next 3 years in Jamaica. There was a 0.2% upward revision for 2025 growth expectations.
For growth for 2024, we're looking at 2.0%. For 2025, we're looking at 1.6%, and then for 2026, we're looking at 1.6%.
In January, the outlook for 2024 was also 2%. Mr. Maloney says there are a number of things going right for Jamaica.
Jamaica continues to be incredibly impressive in their management of external debt. The consensus mechanism that they developed in the epoch several years ago that brought the major parties in the economy together, the major interest groups in the economy together with the goal of managing the fiscal deficit and managing the debt levels, has worked extremely well and generated consistently declining overall debt levels, which I think in the long term will lead to more dynamic growth.
As for the region, the World Bank is forecasting growth. However, it's 0.07% lower than what was programmed in January.
We're looking at 1.6% for our forecast for this year, and then 2.7% going forward. Both of these are below or at the world levels. It's important to highlight that these low levels of growth are not the result of the pandemic and not purely the result of high interest rates. During the decade of the 2010s, we grew at 2.2%, while the rest of the world was growing at 3.1%, all of which suggests that we have structural problems in our economies that we need to confront.
All prices for gas are going up effective Thursday. That's at midnight. So each liter of 87 gasoline will cost $2.40 more. 90 will increase by $2.57. Diesel and ultra-low sulfur diesel will increase by $2.
I don't know about the gas price. The video from 4 months ago. See? So the Jamaican economy continue to do well, and we are doing the best in the Caribbean right now. Jamaica is rapidly moving from third best economy to number 1. Places like Barbados, now have the debt that Jamaica just shake off. Their debt is over 100% right now. And under the leadership of under the leadership of the most honorable Dr. Anjo Michael Holness, Philly Brogard, Philly Moses, and him rad and staff, Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clark. Jamaica will continue to grow, and should the people, Nano Ambition Party, get back power, dog, nyam, we supper. Remember, somebody did tell you. And not only that, we have more video to get into. See? More growth.
The island nation of Jamaica is currently undergoing a remarkable transformative phase, marked by an outburst in diverse infrastructure and development projects. This reflects the country's unwavering commitment to progress and economic advancement. These numerous endeavors span various sectors, demonstrating Jamaica's broad approach to modernization and resilience. from ambitious transportation upgrades, the embrace of sustainable energy solutions, and the establishment of a cyber city to groundbreaking tourism expansions and pivotal healthcare and education initiatives. Each project contributes significantly to the nation's comprehensive development strategy. The focus on sustainable solutions and the enhancement of key sectors such as transportation, tourism, and energy showcases Jamaica's dedication to long-term prosperity. Within this dynamic context, we are poised to explore in-depth 10 of the major ongoing initiatives that are shaping the future trajectory of the island. Through this exploration, we will unravel the intricacies of these transformative endeavors, which collectively underscore Jamaica's commitment to fostering a modern, resilient, and prosperous society. 10. Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. At the top of our list is a mega project touted as the country's largest integrated road infrastructure endeavor, the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, a whopping $11.5 billion road development initiative under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, is co-funded by the China Exim Bank. As the name implies, the project entails the construction and enhancement of Jamaica's Southern Highway, spanning the distance between Maypen and Port Antonio. This 165-kilometer stretch of road is currently in its second phase and is slated for completion in the first quarter of 2025. Upon its finalization, the new passageway will boast a significantly improved capacity, providing motorists with a much safer and more efficient means of travel. 9. Jamaica Railway Rehabilitation Project. Topping our list next is a project assured to dramatically transform the landscape of the country. We are referring to none other than the Jamaica Railway Rehabilitation Project. This ambitious endeavor aims to breathe new life into a section of the country's long-neglected rail tracks, converting them into a tourist attraction and potentially expanding into a comprehensive transportation network. The project has been on the nation's development agenda for decades, ever since rail services were halted in 1992. The plan is to involve Jamaica's University of Technology, UTech, and the Ministry of Transport and Mining, with the goal of modernizing the Kingston Railway Station and opening a 3.5-mile route through the city. 8. A new national stadium. Moving on to number 8, we have a project essential for any country. A new national stadium. The National Stadium in Standard, Jamaica, is slated to undergo a comprehensive redevelopment, with an estimated investment of $76 million under the Jamaica 60 Legacy Program. This initiative aims to modernize the 60-year-old structure, incorporating state-of-the-art facilities, increasing the seating capacity to 37,000, and replacing the outdated 500-meter cycle track with a modern 250-meter velodrome. The upgrade also addresses international standards, including the addition of an anti-doping facility and improvements to media, restrooms, and other facilities. Notably, the phased redevelopment will allow the stadium to continue hosting events during the construction period, contributing to the ongoing evolution of Jamaica's infrastructure. 7. Kingston 2 developments. Much like various parts of the United States and the United Kingdom, Jamaica is currently undergoing a surge in housing expansions with numerous construction projects. Our next featured endeavor aims to capitalize on this trend with the development of 119 housing units in Bournemouth Gardens. The building, titled Kingston 2, will span 109,318 square feet on a 1.62-acre lot situated facing the coastline of Kingston Harbor. Once completed, the development will offer a range of amenities, including public lounges on the ground and first floors, as well as a sky lounge on the 9th floor, complete with a dipping pool, outdoor kitchen, and a gym. Additionally, the roof deck will feature a running track, promoting healthy lifestyles within the confines of the project. The groundbreaking for this initiative took place in December of last year, with Prime Minister Andrew Holness, MP Philip Holwell, and stakeholders from Sherburn Limited in attendance. Construction is expected to enhance the value of neighboring communities and revitalize the surrounding area. 6. Montego Bay Cruise Port Expansion. Ranked at number 6, we have the Montego Bay Cruise Port Expansion, a multi-phase project aimed at significantly enhancing the capacity and efficiency of the port. Approximately 40% of Montego Bay's cargo terminal will be converted to accommodate cruise operations, creating an additional 14,000 of space and 2 check-in desks. The plan also includes the construction of new, expansive berthing facilities to welcome Ultra Voyager class vessels, as well as the development of a new passenger terminal building. enabling the transfer of up to 3,500 passengers within 2 hours. While cruise ships have already begun docking at the port, the final upgrades are scheduled for completion this year, which will introduce high-end shops, fine dining restaurants, and other entertainment options. 5. Raquet Club Condominiums and Spa. Next on the list is the reconstruction of one of Montego Bay's most prolific hotels, the Raquet Club Condominiums and Spa. The once famous Raquet Club Hotel has been demolished to pave the way for the construction of an 8-story luxury condominium complex. The reimagined club is envisioned to serve as both a tourist destination and a hub for racket sports. The new development will feature a social wellness club with 6 courts for tennis and pickleball, a spa, 2 gyms, and a cafe, as well as a lounge and a swimming pool. The original Raquet Club was a playground for international celebrities, including renowned movie stars Charlton Heston, Kirk Douglas, and the former Queen of Hollywood Elizabeth Taylor, as well as tennis greats Don Budge and Arthur Ashe, among others. The new Raquet Club Condominiums and Spa is seen as a rebirth of the iconic club, aiming to recapture its rich history while catering to a new generation of world travelers. 4. North Coast Highway Improvement Project. Highlighting another major road development initiative, we now turn our attention to the North Coast Highway Project, taking place in the northern region of the island. This government-led endeavor aims to enhance the entire North Coast Road, stretching from Negril to Port Antonio. The project involves reconstructing the existing road, flattening curves, repairing old bridges, and constructing new roads and drainage systems. Spanning approximately 225 kilometers, the development is divided into 3 distinct segments: Negril to Montego Bay to Ocho Rios, and Ocho Rios to Port Antonio. Driven by the goal of fostering economic growth and tourism, while improving safety and accessibility, special care is being taken to ensure proper environmental and archaeological measures are in place, in collaboration with the Jamaica National Heritage Trust's Archaeology Division. The North Coast Highway Improvement Project is part of a larger $25 million road improvement initiative aimed at modernizing 2,000 roads across the island. According to the Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clark, construction is set to commence during the 2023/2024 fiscal year. 3. Renewable energy transformation. Breaking into the top 3, we have a project that marks the beginning of an energy transformation in the country. A 300-megawatt renewable energy initiative. Power utility company Jamaica Public Service has commenced the planning phase for a combined 300-megawatt renewable energy project portfolio. This transformation includes a 115-megawatt utility-scale solar plant, 172 megawatts of battery storage at multiple sites, and a 12-megawatt onshore wind farm. The plan is to have all these projects commercially operational by 2026 and 2027, in time to meet the country's renewable energy target of 50% by 2030. The project is currently at the tendering stage for engineering, procurement, and construction, with sites already selected. Under the current deadline, expressions of interest are due by December 22. This project follows another 100-megawatt renewable energy plant proposed in May 2023, where Jamaica's generation procurement entity issued a call for expressions of interest to build, own, and operate a plant on behalf of the entity. Clearly, a major renewable energy transformation is on the horizon for the country. 2. Cyber City of Excellence. Occupying the number 2 slot, we have the future of the country, Jamaica's Cyber City. The Jamaica Cyber City is a massive initiative to construct a state-of-the-art hub for information and telecommunication companies, situated at the heart of the island nation. This cutting-edge city would provide top-of-the-line facilities, including high-speed internet communications, reliable power supply, and a highly educated technology-focused workforce. But beyond these core infrastructure elements, the city is expected to feature advanced security measures tailored to cater to the needs of these enterprises, in order to attract companies from around the world and generate hundreds of job opportunities. In a remarkable step towards progress, United States Vice President Kamala Harris extended official congratulations to Prime Minister Andrew Holness and conveyed the U.S. commitment to supporting Jamaica by announcing a $2 million contribution to the establishment of the Cyber Center of Excellence, which will benefit the wider Caribbean region. Prime Minister Holness welcomed the support, expressing gratitude for the continued investment and strong ties between Jamaica and the U.S. The leaders discussed the significance of increased investment in cybersecurity, highlighting its priority for the Jamaican government. 1. Jamaican Shipyard. Jamaica has an ambition to establish itself as a global logistics hub, and our final project is a significant boost to that goal. Sitting at the #1 spot, Jamaica is poised to have a multi-million-dollar shipyard built in Kingston Harbor. Spearheaded by German ship repair Jamaica, GSRJ, the initiative involves a US $37 million investment to enhance the island's competitiveness in the maritime sector. The first phase includes a floating dry dock named Jan Dossier K1, allowing for the servicing of commercial vessels up to 20,000 tons and 215 meters in length. This facility will provide a range of services, such as the overhaul and repair of main and auxiliary engines, propellers, ship structures, and the painting of hulls. The project is expected to create additional employment and training opportunities for around 100 workers, with Jamaicans already being trained at the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, and APRT/Anstate Trust to fill the roles that will become available. Prime Minister Andrew Holness emphasized that such investments would attract more vessels to Jamaica, closing existing gaps and fostering regional maritime activity. Jamaica's recent focus on major infrastructure and development projects underscores its commitment to economic growth and modernization. Initiatives such as the National Stadium redevelopment, the Southern Coastal Highway project, and the establishment of a shipyard demonstrate a strategic push toward global competitiveness and sustainability. These projects address critical needs in transportation, sports facilities, and logistics, positioning Jamaica as a forward-thinking and dynamic player on the international stage. The ongoing commitment to innovation and collaboration sets the country up for a promising future of enhanced quality of life and economic prosperity. We eagerly anticipate the completion of these projects and the assessment of their impact on the trajectory of the country. Let us know what you think in the comments section of this video. Also, what topics would you like us to...
So, all of that, guys, is aimed at keeping the economic engine churning. Now, yeah, people are going to say, oh, we don't hear about school already. The government is dealing with that separately in its own right. See? Unemployment is being dealt with in its own right, even though a lot of this have to do with employment also. But this, we are get a road, we are get a highway for a nigga, go all the way at St. Thomas. See? So, we know it's Southern Coastal Highway. Work still a go on. Look at work start on the Northern Highway already. There's certain bits where work start already. People are being employed, you know. And most of this, guys, a lot of this is being done with Jamaican tax-paying dollars. Big up to me subby them over YouTube. I am developing a small cult following over YouTube. They love these lives. You know, so big up to all of my subscribers them over YouTube. Good morning. The Jamaican people is going places under this government. And we must them in post. We cannot get rid of them people. They have a plan right up to 2030 to develop the Jamaican economy, develop the Jamaican living standard, and give us a better standard of living. We see many health center, health facilities have been upgraded. 6 STEM schools coming on board soon. 5 brand new hospital with 4 work taking place, and 4 we still look for place to build the 5th one. See? What else? We would have seen something about transport. The government is embarking on building back Jamaica's railway, so we can add to the modes of travel in Jamaica. The government has introduced lots of regulation in the banking system. Soon you will be able to move your Scotia account to NCB if you don't like what going over Scotia, or vice versa. You know, there's loads and loads and loads and loads of good things happening in Jamaica. See? Stacy, my YouTube channel is called DUJON'S World. Or you can click on my page, go on my profile on TikTok, click the YouTube icon, and you will find my page there. Just click subscribe. See? Good morning, Philipia.
morning. I have something I want you to listen to. Guys, you can continue tapping up the screen, please.
Good morning, Father Stred.
32 acres of prime land located at Nagahead, Portmore, St. Catherine, the home for SCJ's Nagahead Integrated Business Center. Approximately 800,000 square feet of space to be developed over two major zones. Zone 1, comprising some 450,000 square feet, will be dedicated to business process outsourcing, BPOs, residences, an information technology academy, a media center, ample parking, and recreational space. Zone 2 is SCJ's solution to the growing need for manufacturing, distribution, and agro-processing space. Let's go on a tour of the Nagahead Integrated Business Center, beginning in Zone 1, which will be primarily dedicated to business process outsourcing. This features 6 unique buildings circling a central green park. 5 of the buildings will be for BPO, and the 6th will serve as a media center. Each building ranges between 70,000 and 80,000 square feet, with the 6th building, the media center, being approximately 36,000 square feet. The Information Technology Academy will take up approximately 72,000 square feet. The BPO buildings will comprise at least 6 floors. The ground floor of Building A in the BPO space will be dedicated to support services for the BPO, for example, medical, financial, daycare, fast food restaurants, an electronics store, a document center, among other small businesses. The 1st to the 4th floor will be for BPO operations, while the 5th floor will be for residential purposes. These penthouse units will allow for better comfort with international business travel and executive habitation. Zone 1 will also be home to an Information Technology Academy. Graduates of this academy will be integrated into the employment pool, where there is a growing demand for individuals with higher education, especially in artificial intelligence, to support the global service sector. Also in Zone 1, a media center to offer media-related services to the local community, the country, and the global space. The zone is complemented with ample parking spaces for cars and buses to include drop-off and pick-up points for employees. In Zone 2, the warehousing zone will have light industrial facilities, each equipped with the requisite loading bays. Zone 2 will contain 8 warehouses, 4 at 30,000 square feet each, and the other 4 at 20,000 square feet each. These units are not your typical warehouse-type buildings, but will reflect modern warehousing options for office space, retailing, and warehousing. Zone 2 will have ample parking with some 90 parking spaces. The Nagahead Integrated Business Center. The aim is to create a technology complex that marks a new era in the way we perceive business process outsourcing and, by extension, marks further development of the city of Portmore into a Silicon Valley-like concept. Focusing on the human experience beyond the employee experience, the Nagahead Integrated Business Center will enable employees to consistently and meaningfully contribute by giving them space that provides satisfaction and encourage their development, enabling what is synonymous with BPOs. The complex is eco-friendly, boasting water harvesting and PV systems with large parks, large pedestrian walkways, and soft vegetation. Parking is removed from the forefront of the buildings and replaced with plazas to enhance pedestrian circulation. The main vehicular artery flows centrally through the development, but does not detract from the overall beauty of the central green space. Additionally, service entries are utilized along Henderson Avenue and Brayton Avenue, providing discrete and/or alternative vehicular routes into the development when necessary. The Nagahead Integrated Business Center, a special economic zone, bringing benefits to businesses within the complex, providing a new vision which will support the growth of businesses through the use of technology.
Yes, so that is coming soon. So we've heard of first it was the Garmex Free Zone Complex redevelopment, then the Morant Bay Urban Center that is almost completed, and now happening, we see the groundbreaking this week of the Bound Brook Center in Portland. So next we will be having the Naga Head Business Center. It will be like a tech park, and that will be in Portmore, Naga Head, right? So great things are happening in Portmore. You know, we have the Resilient Park happening as well, that they're building the Resilient Park over there, similar to the Harmony Beach Park in Montego Bay, but only thing, you won't have a beach in Portmore right there. But so many developments are happening in Jamaica. Over to you, Dujon.
Thank you, Philippia. Anybody wanna see development, go on. They need to go do surgery. The government have a free eye program for scale off the cataract off on the eye.